I'm Scotty Grether. This is one of my math lessons. All right, class. Good job responding. Make sure you're in the ready position, feet on the ground, hands on top of your desk, and eyes and ears open to the teacher. All right, so yesterday we learned about how to fill in our 10-point cards to equal 10. Do you remember doing some of that?
Yes.
All right. So I put a couple cards on your desk. They look like these ones. So we'll go ahead. We work on the first one that looks like this. And tell me, how many beans do we need to make this card fill into 10?
2.
2. We need 2 beans to make it 10. Nice work. Okay, now let's look at the next one. We've got 3 beans in there, right? 1, 2, 3. How many more beans do we need to fill in our 10-point card? Go ahead and do it on your desk.
7.
Good. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 beans to fill in our card. Nice work. Okay, and this last one, how many beans do we need to go on this card?
0.
0. All right, because we have all our beans there. So we are complete with that card. Nice job review. It looks like you remembered everything that we learned yesterday. So we're going to go ahead and move on to today's activity. So, let's say 8 of the students in the class are wearing jeans, and some of us are wearing shorts. If there's 10 of us in the class altogether, how many people are wearing shorts? Jesse?
How many are wearing jeans?
We have 8 wearing jeans, and there's 10 kids in the class altogether. How many are wearing shorts?
2.
2, right. There are 2 people wearing shorts. So students, today we're going to learn how to add and subtract in order to find out what number is missing, just like we were trying to figure out how many people had shorts in the class. All right, so what are we going to learn today?
How many people are wearing pants?
Okay, today we're going to learn how to add and subtract in order to find out what number is missing. What are we going to learn today?
We're going to learn how to add and subtract to find out how many people are wearing jeans.
How many numbers, or what number is missing. All right, so this is important because we want to know how to add and subtract bigger numbers in the future, so we have to start out here. So when I decide how to find a missing number, I follow 5 easy steps. As you can see, I've written out on the board. So let's say I have this equation, and you can see it's on the, will you go ahead and copy it down onto the whiteboard that I gave you? So we have, and this is just going to be a blank, and that's what we're going to figure out. All right, so remember, I follow these 5 easy steps. The first step is to read the equation. So I look at the equation, and it says 5 plus blank equals 7. So what do I do for my first step?
You add.
What do I do for my first step?
You read the equation.
Nice job. I read the equation. All right, so now I'm going to go on to step 2. Step 2, I'm going to pick whether it's addition or subtraction. So I'm looking at the equation, and I see a plus sign. So I think it's addition. So what did I do for the second step?
You pick addition or subtraction.
Nice work. So I pick whether it's addition or subtraction. All right, so for step number 3, I'm going to count the number of beans for the number you know. So I don't have any beans with me, but I'm going to go ahead and pretend like they're right here. So it looks like I have a 5 here, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beans. And then I know this number too, so I'm going to go ahead and put 7 beans. So what did I do for my third step?
Count beans for numbers you know.
Yep, I counted the number of beans, or counted beans for the numbers I know. All right, so now that I've done that, I'm going to move on to the fourth step, which is how many beans to make both the sides equal. So I'm looking over here, and I've got 5 beans over here and 7 beans over here. And it looks like if I add 2 beans, then I'll have 7 over here and 7 over here. So this missing number must be this 2. So it looks like I need 2 beans to make it equal. So what did I do for step number 4?
How many beans to make 7?
Right. I needed to figure out how many beans to make it 7. So for number 5, I need to write the number. So I got 2, so I'll just write the 2 in the blank. What did I do for step number 5?
Write the number.
Good work. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and do a problem together. So I'm going to write a new equation. You go ahead and erase your whiteboard and put up this new equation that I put up here. So we have all right, go ahead and write that equation down for me. All right, so together, what is step number 1? Read the equation. Good job. So we're going to go ahead and read the equation. Will you go ahead and read the equation with me?
8 minus
blank
equals 3.
Nice work. Good job reading with me. All right, so step number 2 is we're going to, ready? Pick whether it's addition or subtraction. Let's try and say that again. One more time. Ready? Pick whether it's addition or subtraction. Nice work. So we're going to go ahead and look over here. And what does it look like it is over here? Can we say it with me? Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Subtraction.
Subtraction. Good work, because there's a minus sign right there. So now we've read the equation and picked that it's subtraction. So what are we going to do for step number 3?
Count
the
beans
for the numbers you know. All right. So what number do we know over here?
8.
8. And what about this number here?
3.
All right. So on your whiteboard, I want you to count the beans up to the number you have, okay? I'll draw mine up here at the same time you do yours. And then same for the 3, okay? So how many beans do we have over here?
8.
And how many beans do we have over here?
3.
Nice work. All right, can we go ahead and say step number 4 together? Ready? How many beans to make the sides equal? All right, so if we have 8 beans over here and we need to get to 3 beans, how many beans are we going to subtract to get to the 3? Can we say it together?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 5. So you need to put 5 beans in order. We take 8 and we take 5 away, we'll get 3 beans. And so can we say our last step together? Write the number. So if we have 5 beans, what number do we need to write here?
5.
Nice work. So 8 minus 5 equals 3. Can you say that with me? 8 minus 5 equals 3. Nice work. You're doing an awesome job. Okay, now I want to try, see if you can do one on your own. So I'm going to write another equation, and I want you to write it on your paper as well, okay? Or on your whiteboard. You go ahead and copy that down for me. Okay, so we need to decide what the missing number is based on the 5 steps we've been learning, all right? So what is step 1, Jesse?
Read the equation.
Good, you need to read the equation. So can you read the equation for me?
4 plus 5 equals
Blank.
blank.
All right, and can you go ahead and read step number 2 for me?
Pick addition or subtraction.
All right, so if we look at our equation, what do you think it is?
Addition,
Addition. Why? How did you get it that it was addition?
because there's a plus sign.
Good. So we know that we're going to add 2 things together. All right, and what's step number 3?
Count beans for numbers you know.
All right, and what 2 numbers do we know?
4 and 5.
All right, so we go ahead and count the beans on your table, and I'll count them up here. So how many beans did you get here?
4.
And how many here?
5.
Nice work. All right, so let's go to step number 4. Can you read that for us?
How many beans to make equal sign?
Okay. To make equal on both sides. So we have 4 and 5. So what do we need to get over here in order to make both sides equal?
9 beans.
9 beans. So do you want to go ahead and add 9 beans to your chart? Okay, so you've got your 9 beans. And let's do the last step. What does the last step say?
Write the number.
Write the number. So what number are we going to write in our blank?
9.
9. Nice work. So we got it. 4 plus 5 equals 9. Doing an awesome job. All right. All right, so now we're going to do some individual work. So on that worksheet I handed out to you, there's a few practice problems at the top. Can you go ahead and put your finger on the first problem? It should look something like this. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and practice it on your own. So go ahead and do the first step and look up at me when you're all done. All right, nice. Now go on to the next step and go ahead and give me a thumbs up if it's addition and a thumbs down if it's subtraction. Nice. Okay, go ahead and do the third step. Make sure to count all your beans. Good. Okay, move on to the fourth step. All right, now for the last step, go ahead and write your number in. And what number did you get?
1.
1. Nice work. Looks like you did that just perfectly. All right, now for the last thing. You can see how there's all the problems underneath that. You need to go ahead and do those all on your own. And if you have any problems, you can raise your hand and ask me for help, but we're going to see how well you can do it on your own. So go ahead and do those. And raise your hand when you're all done with them. All right, let's look over your answers. Wow, looks like you got those all right. Thank you so much for all your hard work today. Looks like you followed all 5 of our steps, and you should be able to do those, as we do our other problems in the future. And thank you for being on your best behavior, making sure to keep your hands on top of your table and your feet on the ground at all times. I really appreciate all your hard work. So this was important steps to remember because we need to learn how to add and subtract so we can find the missing numbers. And this will be important in the future when we're trying to find bigger numbers. So next time, we're going to try and add and subtract with numbers up to 20.